Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show. It is episode 60. I'm claiming milestone on that as we have Cdub from Chronochord Media and Jeff Crow joining me today. What's up, guys?
Not much. Ready to do this big old 6-0. Man, we're getting up there.
Yeah, I can't believe we've hit 60th episode.
And the 60th episode here, man. Great show. We got the go home to this year's Royal Rumble.
Right. And it's funny, Cdub, I think you jumped in on like 23 or 5.
Oh, man, I don't even know. It's been a minute now, though.
It's been a long time since you debuted.
Most definitely. It's been a lot of fun. Let's get right into this week, man.
Yep. Going over Raw real quick, just a few notes I had from that. Did you guys enjoy Y2J's segment where he was reffing the Reigns match there off the bat? Reigns won after Y2J got distracted, and he ended up pretty much helping Reigns win. That's what I got out of it. What'd you guys think of using Y2J as the ref there?
I don't know. It was kind of weird. I don't really see the point in it. Maybe there's something down the road.
Yeah, because you had the highlight reel coming up, so why did they have him come out there and ref that match? It really made no sense.
Yeah, pretty much help Reigns. It was weird. I don't know.
Anything on that, Cdub?
Yeah, you know, I think that they've been slowly teasing a Jericho turn. I just don't see Jericho as a face going into WrestleMania. I think he'd be a lot more effective as a heel. And if I had my wishes, and apparently according to some rumors this may actually happen, but if I had my wishes, I would immediately transition Chris Jericho into a feud with Dean Ambrose for that IC title.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe even include Kevin Owens in that.
The thing about Jericho is he does his best work as a heel, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's been a long time since he's been a heel.
To be honest, man, I mean, Jericho is still great and he's still entertaining, but it just feels like his shtick is kind of ridiculous. Like, the whole, what is it, Rudy Tooty Booty?
Yeah, it's almost like he's so forced to try to be a good guy. He's a natural heel.
It is, and I mean, whenever he comes out and he's so demeaning and he's just like, I am smarter than you, you are troglodytes.
Yeah, that
I
run.
am the best at what I do.
That 07-08 run there, that was pretty good.
That's pretty much the best Jericho I've ever seen, man, and
Yeah.
I think that that's what we need to get going into WrestleMania.
Our colleague Steven, he loved that run by Jericho.
He's getting in good shape, so.
Yeah, he looks pretty decent shape for sure. So moving on from that part, I also had this note about the Social Outcast Wrestling New Day, and the Rest in Peace trombone segment that they had was pretty damn funny in my opinion.
Yes, that was pretty funny. Of course, Francesca, the trombone of Xavier Woods. Rest in peace, Francesca. Hopefully, Xavier can go get himself a new trombone, but he didn't seem too keen on that idea whenever the New Day suggested it to him.
No. And looks like the Social Outcast, they're going to actually let these guys try to have a run here.
Something like it.
They need to be a little bit more entertaining, in my opinion, though, because I haven't really seen anything that makes me like them. I'm giving them a chance, but they're definitely no New Day.
They're on the mic.
No.
Yeah, have they?
Yeah, they've been on the mic. I saw an interview they did on WWE.com too. So.
I mean, I guess to me, something is better than nothing with these guys.
Especially if you're Adam Rose, yeah.
They kind of weren't really doing anything with him prior to this, so why not, try to give him a shot and let him do something.
Yeah, especially if you're like Adam Rose and Curtis Axel, who are hanging on by a thread, in my opinion, almost.
Oh, yeah.
New factions now, too, so there's something for feud with.
There are a lot of factions going right now. It almost reminds me of Gang Wars in like 98, 97.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it though?
Yeah, man. I mean, you had DX, you had DOA, you had Los Boricuas, you had the Hearts. Who else? The Truth Commission. I mean, that's like 5 stables.
Yeah, and it's getting to that point again. We got the Social Outcast, we got the League of Nations, we have the Family, whatever you want to call them. Who else do we have? New Day.
Yep.
Wyatt Family.
Yeah, I mean, that's 5 right there, so.
Maybe they're like, man, that worked pretty good back then. Maybe we're going to try that again.
Hey, why not?
Y2J, this is the big thing out of Raw that I wanted to talk about. It was pretty boring other than that, in my opinion, for a go-home.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty mediocre Raw.
Did they even announce anything for the Rumble at Raw?
I'm not sure that they did at Raw, but, I mean, it's kind of been hard. Like, obviously I did a Royal Rumble preview over on Chronochord. It's been hard for me to, like, track down information on what matches were happening for, like, a week after that they were actually announced. So they've got the Divas Championship match. They've got the Tag Team title match. We're going to have another match for the U.S. title between Del Rio and Kalisto. And then we've got that last man standing match with Owens and Ambrose for the IC title.
Right. That's going to be a great card, in my opinion. One of the better cards that they've had for a while for the Rumble, in my opinion. Just be the last man standing match and the Rumble being for the title. And then the Kalisto Del Rio rematch ought to be great. But we'll get to there soon, to the Rumble here. The one last thing I wanted to know on Raw was the whole highlight reel Y2J segment with Lesnar. Heyman and him came out. Reigns came out. Reigns hit a spear and went for the ground and pound. And then the League of Nations came out. And this is what I mean by like this gang war stuff. Brock takes out guys with multiple suplexes. And then Sheamus got an F5. Reigns hit another spear, I think on Lesnar this time, right?
Yep.
And then the Wyatts came out and surrounded after the lights went out and came back on. It was the Wyatts standing there. Reigns tried to fight him off, but he got taken over. Bray hit him with a Sister Abigail. Harper booted Lesnar, and then Rowan came and laid him out. I can't remember how he laid him out, but he did. And then Bray hit Lesnar with the Sister Abigail, and it ended with them all doing the classic Wyatt family pose. Now, this was very interesting to me. And did you notice that the only thing that they did not do was have Braun and Brock come face to face?
Yes, I've heard a lot of talk about that possibly being a match that WWE's looking to have, maybe even as soon as WrestleMania. And honestly, I think there's a lot of money in that. Seeing Lesnar toss around that big freak with all those suplexes, man, I think that's smart if they are protecting that. But, man, I really, really liked that the Wyatts looked so dominant in this segment, man.
So
I mean, that was pretty powerful.
Not to cut you off, but did you enjoy this whole segment, how it was put together? I mean, isn't it a lot like Gang Wars like they used to do like that, like where just all the factions get involved at once?
Yeah, I mean, to some degree I think it is, but really what I enjoyed more than anything was Paul Heyman. I mean, you had Heyman out there selling the whole thing. You get Reigns to come out there. You got League of Nations, the Wyatts. I mean, they're booking all of these guys super strong going into the Rumble. Jericho, too. To me, this is the best booked Royal Rumble as far as the build-up that they've had in many, many years.
Yes, it is.
A lot of these guys are finally stepping up and like Ambrose can use talk. The IC title's actually relevant now.
Yeah, the IC title definitely relevant now. Better than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
And the US title definitely boosted up from Cena's whole run, too.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So, anything else to mention on Raw? You know what we didn't mention last week, guys? I was thinking about the whole podcast with Flair. Did you guys enjoy that?
I was going to see how many times he cried.
He almost started crying there a couple times, didn't he?
Yeah, he may have once. I'm thinking he did, but maybe he did.
It don't take much for those Flairs to tear up. What'd you think of it, Cdub? Did you check it out?
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed Flair shooting with Austin there. Pretty much all the podcasts with Austin are really, really great, just conversation.
They really are. I really enjoyed this one and the Shawn Michaels one probably the most, too. I think he's getting better as it goes on here on the live ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we didn't get that in last week, so I wanted to definitely talk about that. But the Heyman one was good. It was good. The way they threw in that whole twist and everything where you thought it was a storyline. And there's still some rumblings about that.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there, I mean, what would you guys do if Austin showed up in the Rumble? Like, really?
I would probably put a hole through my ceiling from jumping up out of my chair.
Yeah, I mean, so would I. I mean, but there has been some rumors like that he may show up and do something at the Rumble.
I mean, he could show up as not even a participant or number 30 or anything.
Have you guys heard these rumors?
I mean, it's been ongoing, man. WrestleMania's in Texas. They're short, big stars right now. Presumably, The Rock's not going to wrestle.
They'd cut him a hell of a check, too, with the guys they've got out. They don't got to pay Cena. They don't have to pay Orton. They don't have to pay Rollins.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely no WrestleMania bonuses there.
Right, a lot of money to throw around extra.
He's in great shape, too.
Well, he always is.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, just throwing that little rumor out there, it'd be cool if they did something with him at the Rumble. But
Austin could definitely go for one more run. Short run.
Right. But speaking of Austin, the big news tonight at the tapings tonight for NXT, Austin Aries, A-double, former TNA champion. He was ROH champion as well.
He was the first person to win the ROH championship twice.
Okay.
And he was also a 6-time X Division champion, and I believe the longest reigning X Division champion.
Well, Cdub, I know that you look at a lot of those spoilers and stuff, so go ahead and just tell us what they did with Austin Aries tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I won't spoil anything else that came from the NXT tapings. They're out there if you guys want to go search them down.
I'm not big on... I mean, I know I don't like it, so I really don't want to do it to other people.
Right on, and yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to spoil anything. So if you guys want any more of a spoiler warning beyond Austin Aries debuted, now's time to pause, maybe go forward and, find the rest of the show or something. But Austin Aries, he came out, he was signed, basically announced that he got signed by William Regal, did a quick interview, and apparently got attacked by Baron Corbin, like, really, really quickly. Like, Baron Corbin just kind of came out and just kicked his ass.
Well, that's nice that they have thrown into a feud with the top guy right off the bat.
Dude, I think a feud with Austin Aries for Baron Corbin, a guy like Austin Aries who can work circles around Corbin and make him look great, I think that's only going to elevate Baron Corbin's stock going forward.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. Baron Corbin already is up there, in my opinion. He's about ready to make the jump. He's about 2 steps away.
Yeah, he started out slow there, but...
I have a feeling they're going to give him that title. I don't know any spoilers, but I have a feeling they're going to give him the belt.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would work as a great heel champ. I mean, he's probably the most believable heel in NXT and maybe in all of WWE right now.
Yeah, I mean, even on the main roster, he'd do great.
He's just genuinely dislikable. I mean, his demeanor is just... He just
has
has that look like,
he's
man, this guy's a dick.
Even when I watch him on Breaking Ground, I'm like, man, this guy actually is kind of a dick in real life. What a cocky son of a bitch.
But, I mean, he also seems pretty cool, too. I mean, it's...
But, well, right, but he's got that attitude like, I'm the best. I know it, Like,
yeah, I mean, that's perfect for a wrestling heel.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. He's got the perfect attitude for it. So... Overall, Austin Aries, what's your guys' view? Do you think he's going to have a James Storm run? Do you think they're going to use him right and sign him to a real deal? What do you think's going on?
As far as I know, it's going to be permanent.
He already has a shirt made, you said, and it said Austin Aries on the screen on the clip you saw, so...
Yep, same logo on the screen as was on the shirt.
And most of the other spoilers, I mean, were just setting up stuff for Dallas before Mania. One of the breaking things coming out, well, not really breaking, but Sunny has started working in porn. So what do you guys think of that?
It's called Sunny Side Up.
Oh, she did a video already, right?
Oh, it's in the bag.
Okay.
Showing trailers for it or something.
Is she going under the name Sunny or just Tammy Sitch? Or?
I don't know, but I heard they mentioned WWE, so they're probably going to be happy about that.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will be happy to know, and this is probably the point where if any of you kids are listening, you might want to, shut this off, or if you're listening at work, it's going to get not safe for work right now. So, thankfully, guys, you have a in-house, longtime analyst of pornography films and the like, and I'm going to give you my quick analysis, or anal assis, of the trailer. We saw, of course, immediately the first thing you see is a disclaimer that says, not affiliated with WWE, blah, 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 to cover their ass. And then you see, like, the original diva, with 6-time tag team championship manager, or whatever the hell it was, WWE Hall of Famer. And then, of course, it shows, like, a 1996 picture of Sunny. And the next thing you see is her getting pretty much, there's no other way to say it, completely drilled in the ass by some big fucking bald dude with goofy-looking Batista tattoos. She looked, I mean, look, gentlemen, let's just be honest here, okay? 1996, 1997, 98, dude, Sunny was like the impetus of puberty for an entire generation.
Right.
Now, 20 years later, it's not so pretty. Now, granted, there's a lot worse ways you could make a living, but this pretty much erases any WWE anything for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know...
She's already in the hall, though.
Already in the hall. She was going to sell her ring, but she apparently, after this deal was closed, took it off the market.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was just on eBay. It was like a week ago.
That'd have been one hell of a mockery.
I mean, I think the biggest thing to be as serious as we can about this, China, despite how much of a train wreck her porn films were, she made a lot of money. Like, a lot of money. Those things sold a ton and continue to sell. So, I mean, depending on what kind of deal she got with Vivid, you know, Sunny, Tammy, whatever, could stand to make quite a bit of money here.
Yeah, I heard that they offered her $100,000 for one. She turned it down.
Yeah, I heard
in a video of her saying that.
I ended up hearing that she got $200,000 for this one film.
Well, it looks like she has some sunny days ahead of her.
Sunny days, yeah, and a sore ass, apparently.
All right, moving on from that, quick note, La Sombra set to debut very soon for NXT. And by the way, I watched this week's episode of NXT, and it wasn't the greatest.
No.
So nothing really spectacular to talk about there as far as the episode of NXT. But La Sombra and the debut of Austin Aries definitely talk about.
Oh, yeah, La Sombra is going to be coming real soon. The guy was a big star in Mexico, and I fully expect him to make the transition really well. I mean, Kalisto's doing well on the main roster, and I feel like La Sombra is a much better wrestler than Kalisto. That's not a knock against Kalisto, but just calling it the way I see it.
Right. I think he'll do great. I wonder what kind of gimmick they're going to give him. I love how they're doing this international flavor, too, where they're bringing guys in from everywhere.
They're bringing in the best from around the world, man.
Right.
I mean, that was one big point that I made on the video I did for Chronochord about Aries debuting. I mean, they've signed Gargano, Ciampa, Rich Swann, who else? I mean, Styles, Nakamura, Gallows, Gunn, Aries. I mean, all these guys, man, that they
best
went
of the
and plucked.
Indies. Yeah.
They've just went and plucked the best talent that they have been able to in the last year or two, and it's going to be really impressive whenever all these guys get to end up on the main roster with Triple H calling the shots, or whoever it may be.
And I was going to say, I give Triple H full credit for getting all those guys signed.
I do too as well.
Breaking that damn mold of everybody has to be a bodybuilder.
No, I mean, everybody at the Performance Center, they've just been cranking out talent, man. So.
Right. Well, they're getting away from that mold where everybody has to look like some kind of underwear model.
Right. Well, and I mean, that was kind of, I think, a symptom of OVW for a long time, is that a lot of the people came out looking the same. And now they've got so many trainers in there at the Performance Center and so many different people that they can be taught, the fundamentals of the business by. That it's making for some fantastic wrestling down in NXT. And
the creatives also finding out that people are really liking great matches.
Oh yeah.
And when you get great talent in there, that's what people are wanting these days.
Absolutely.
It's not about the body, it's not about the look, it's about what they can do inside the squared circle.
Absolutely. It's it's like the New Day. They've went out there without scripts. They probably are given little bullet points on what they're told to do. And they go out there and just improvise. And that's when you get great TV. That's when you get great wrestling. Whenever that happens, and the in-ring action can live up to that as well.
Exactly. Okay. Well, moving on from that, SmackDown. And much obliged to Mauro Ranallo, it got a 1.93 rating this last week. And it was the highest rating since the week after Mania in April 2015. This week, not the last week, but...
Pretty good.
Definitely going to give credit to Mauro Ranallo on that one. What do you guys think?
I think so. If we're going based off of Mauro's Twitter account, he was blowing up last Thursday, man, and this Thursday. So, I mean, kudos to him. I mean, it's like I said, discussing it last time. He just adds a lot of excitement to every single match.
Glad to see SmackDown doing good. Hopefully they can go live like we've been saying, so...
You know, I thought it was really funny that Mauro Ranallo mentioned that he had previously called one of Alberto Del Rio's fights, which I'm sure you guys remember. Crow Cop got knocked the fuck out. Let's see.
I remember that.
Dos Caras. He wore
Dos
the
Caras
mask.
Jr.
My word.
Yeah, I showed Jeff that about, 4 years back?
Yes. So I thought that was pretty funny for Mauro to mention that on SmackDown.
Watch that quite a few times.
Yeah, that was always funny to watch. He wore the mask fighting an MMA fight, yeah. And speaking of SmackDown, guys, they had that 50th birthday celebration at the end of SmackDown for R-Truth turned 50 years old. Can you believe that? The guy's in outstanding shape.
Happy birthday, Ron Killings.
Man.
Yeah. He looks like he's about 40.
Yeah, he's in outstanding shape for a 50-year-old. I mean, this guy's
40.
Glad to see him still out there on the roster working, and glad to see that he's still a part of WWE and doing great there here towards the end of his career. He's doing great.
I saw an awesome picture on Google of R-Truth with Tupac.
Oh yeah, wow. when he had the hammer look going on.
Yeah, dude, pretty sweet.
He was actually a backup dancer for Pac.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah, I seen him talking about it, I think on the Jericho podcast it was, maybe.
Pretty awesome.
Talking about his dance career. How about Daniel Bryan being cleared by the UCA neurology specialist to return? His personal doctor who works for the Arizona Cardinals already cleared him. Dr. Joseph Maroon, who is WWE's doctor, has yet to clear him yet. You have some feelings about him, right, Cdub?
Yeah, I mean, Maroon has, I don't know if you guys heard of that movie with Will Smith. I think it was called Concussion.
Right.
Yeah.
That's about a doctor, and his name escapes me, but it's Will Smith's character. Basically, Dr. Maroon, he's been involved with the NFL prior to his tenure with WWE, and Dr. Maroon's gone on record as saying that CTE, which, as you guys know, is the long-term effects of concussions that a lot of pro wrestlers and football players have dealt with. You know, Junior Seau, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, leading to suicide and
suicides and murders and all kinds of bad shit. Maroon has basically went on record as saying, no, that's not a thing. So there's a lot of controversy around Maroon and his opinions on concussions. There is, of course, still that ongoing lawsuit with WWE and Vito, Big
Vito.
Yeah. So I think WWE's really treading lightly because of that. Daniel Bryan getting cleared by a UCLA neurological specialist, and as well as his doctor. I mean, I think that's enough.
It's about time to call it, Maroon. Time to call it,
I don't
buddy.
know.
Doctor in that movie, it's Dr. Mamalu is what his name was.
Yes, thank you. Yes, and kudos to that guy for speaking out against concussions. I mean, because obviously as fans, I mean, of football and of wrestling and of all sports, we don't want to see stuff like that happen. I mean, it's terrible.
I never wanted to see Benoit do something like that. He was one of my favorite wrestlers, and it killed it for me. So I mean,
yeah, well, he was my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, he was, and I mean, that killed it for me. Okay, guys, but on from the concussion. The article on SB Nation, actually, Cdub brought this up to me. It's called The Great White Hope. It talks about Big Show's short-failed training for a boxing career. I didn't even know he ever trained for a boxing career.
Yeah.
Didn't help him against Floyd Mayweather at Mania.
No, it didn't help him against Floyd Mayweather at No Way Out whenever Mayweather peppered him and broke his nose.
So what is the deal with it? Anybody got anything further on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a good article that I read on SB Nation. Basically, Big Show, whenever he signed in '99, he was signed to a contract that expired in late 2006. He was kind of treading water at that point, did the ECW champion thing and a couple other things, but he was gaining weight a ton. He was in bad health, and he ended up leaving WWE for a short time. And Hulk Hogan was the one who suggested to Paul White, the Big Show, that, have you ever thought about a boxing career? And apparently Hogan knew a guy down in Miami who was, I guess, the same person who was promoting Brooke Hogan's career, and apparently the same guy that Hulk Hogan referred to in some pretty foul language on this infamous tape. Nevertheless, though, apparently they had Big Show in training for a fight, and basically Big Show realized that he wasn't cut out for it and went back to WWE shortly thereafter. But it was a really, really well-written article, really informative. If you guys, if it sounds interesting to you, go check it out.
It's odd to me that they would want a guy that big to be boxing.
I mean, could you imagine, though? I mean...
Yeah, it'd be hard to beat him.
I mean, I don't see him getting in there and, moving out of the way of many punches, but just based on his size, he could block a lot.
What do you think, Jeff?
Oh, shit.
shit. His reach would be like, I don't even know how you would try to get in. You'd have to get right in.
Could you imagine like Tyson having to fight him?
God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It'd be. I don't know what the hell you really could do.
Can you imagine one of the Klitschko's taking on Big Show?
Well,
That'd be good.
it would have been good. Did you guys see that Cena's having a little fun in his injury time off?
I did,
I guess he
yes.
posted an old AJ Styles picture on Instagram, and AJ responded with an old Cena pic. So,
Very funny.
what's this all about, you think?
I'm thinking that's basically those two. I think they know each other possibly from back in the day. I'm not positive on that, but hey, Cena versus Styles, that's got money written all over it to me.
Heck yeah, it does. It has been for years. That's the match
That'd be great.
That's the match everybody's been wanting to see for years. So, anything else on that?
I really look forward to AJ Styles debuting and to John Cena coming back, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's weird to hear myself say it, but I've missed Cena on my TV.
Me too. He was the MVP for 2015, I thought. Besides Rollins, he really kept the show going. Okay, Titus O'Neil undefeated on WWE TV in 2016 so far, 5-0. What do you guys think of that?
Amazing. How about that?
Yeah, he's undefeated.
Arrah, 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 arrah.
Did you guys see the New Day clip on Sports Center? I didn't
Yes.
see it, but Cdub, you noted it to me, so what was all
Yeah.
that about?
It was really funny with Coachman. It was just basically promoting the Royal Rumble. WWE's been having these appearances on Sports Center lately
Right,
with
they
Coachman.
do a weekly
I love
special. They do like a weekly special thing, don't they?
it. Yeah. Hey, I think it's great, man. WWE's needed that coverage for a long
It
time.
makes it more legit with that ESPN backing them.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully
And,
they have a
it-
presence at WrestleMania and make it feel
What
really
time slot is it in?
I think they show it on the evening Sports Center.
cool. It's like on Saturdays or Sundays.
I forget what day it was. I think it was
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe. I mean, it was earlier this week.
Well, once a week they have a WWE like rehash of what's going
I
on.
keep hearing them, but I never see them on there.
I really don't either. I don't have cable at the time, but
Well, I watch shit out of sports, well, out of ESPN anyway.
yeah, they only show it like once a week. It's like a half-hour spot. So that's all the news that I have written down. Do you guys have any other news?
No.
No, just a little interview with Kurt Angle, which I guess, I don't know, he said he maybe signed back with TNA, but
Oh yeah, one thing that I missed that was a big note. Jim Ross hired to do NJPW voiceover commentary on Axis. Is it voiceover or is he going to be live?
It's going to be voiceover, just pretty much like the same show that they had Morrow on, where it's, matches from a couple months ago or whatever. But either way, it's Jim Ross calling pro wrestling on your TV.
Yeah, it's still cool to be able to hear JR calling wrestling again.
Yeah,
Maybe this can work his way back into WWE or something if he does a great job.
possibly, but I'd say his gig with New Japan's pretty good. He doesn't have to go to Japan necessarily.
No, I love New Japan too. Like I said, my favorite wrestling going on right now. I can't wait to see like their next pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, anything on that? What do you think of good old JR going to New Japan?
I think I guess he's wanting to get back into it. Well, he's been doing some MMA, I think, hasn't he?
He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
lately.
he's been working for Fox Sports. He's been doing articles online, and he did some boxing, I believe, and I think some MMA as well. So
Yeah.
So, pretty knowledgeable.
I'm just
dude.
happy the guy's still got his foot in the door in the business. I mean,
He's
Oh, yeah.
smart
he
as
said he
hell
never
for it.
wants to completely be out of it, and this is a great way to keep in because he's with one of the hottest companies too, which is really cool. The guy's pretty much worked for all the hottest companies in his life.
yeah,
You really think about
UWF, Mid South, WCW. When it was under the Crockett's and under Ted Turner, and
Even
successful.
UWF.
WWE. I mean,
No, UWF, buddy.
Oh yeah,
So now you guys want to get on to the predictions for the Royal Rumble.
most
Yeah.
definitely.
And call it episode 60 done. Till episode 61, we will have the results show, which will be fun.
Yeah,
I'll be over there with Jeff watching and definitely be texting with you, Cdub, during
Most
that
I'm
time.
ready.
I'm sure all three of us are going to watch that live. Hopefully we can
Oh,
get
yeah.
Steven down here to watch it with us too. With his work
Yeah.
schedule, he don't know, but I'm hoping he can, so shout out to him. So, I'm going to start off here. Charlotte and Becky Divas title. I'm going to say that Charlotte's going to retain. Cdub.
I'm gonna say, considering the fact that Charlotte has had the Divas Championship for something to the tune of like 120 days or something now. I feel like they're going to extend this a little bit longer and let her go up higher on the reign of longest reigning Divas champions.
Yeah, I don't see Becky ready to take the belt yet.
I think that they're going to save Charlotte losing the championship for WrestleMania. I really hope they do, at least. And I hope that they give the Divas a great spot to shine this year at WrestleMania, because I think that they have the in-ring talent this year more so than ever in previous years to actually have an awesome match at WrestleMania.
And just to know, I think this may be one of the better women's match you've seen at the Rumble in years.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Becky Lynch is really coming into her own in WWE, and I fully expect her to be Divas champ before 2017.
These guys can put on a real barn burner. What do you think, Jeff?
I'm almost leaning toward Becky Lynch winning it.
Okay.
But I don't know. They may want Charlotte up into Mania.
So who you got?
But I'm going to go with Becky.
Okay, so we got 2 for Charlotte and 1 for Becky there. Going on to the next one, we have Kalisto Del Rio for the U.S. title. I'm thinking Del Rio's going to retain just because he's in this League of Nations group.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think that 2-day U.S. championship reign or 1-day championship reign for Kalisto, I think that was just a quick teaser to kind of elevate him up a little bit. And I feel like that there's money in that match going forward, perhaps with Mania and Dallas. They're going to have to get the Lucha fans interested somehow, so that would be a great way to feature Del Rio on the card.
I'm seeing a possible screw job win for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Del Rio. I don't know. I don't think they want to put it back on Kalisto yet, especially, like you said, with him being in the League of Nations. He's the only with the belt right now, so.
Yeah, and all he's got Sin Cara and a sling helping him out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all going for Del Rio there. And in my opinion, whether you like Del Rio or not, he's had a pretty solid run here and doing a great job in ring, if not anything else. He's solid in ring on his work, in my opinion. Way better than he was.
Yeah.
I think that...
Get leaning down. I think he's got a lot quicker.
Yeah, and that bout with Lucha Underground, I think, helped a lot, that run there.
Yeah.
New Day versus the Usos for the tag team titles. Whew. Wow. I'm going to have to pick one team, and I think maybe the Usos might get the nod here. What do you think, Cdub?
I'm going with the New Day to retain, man. I hope the New Day keeps their championships until Mania. They're just so on fire right now, week after week. Every show, they're perfect. They're just... I can't rant and rave enough about the New Day and how much they've really went up as far as being top guys in WWE. And I hope that they keep the championships moving forward and they keep building this Usos rivalry. Maybe throw the Dudleys in there.
That's what I'm saying, though. If the Usos win this could give them a chance to build that matchup and give them a reason to have this kind of match. Maybe hot cake the titles around.
Possibly.
So, I don't know. What do you think, Jeff? Who do you think's going to win it?
Yeah, that's how I was kind of thinking, too, about the Usos. I think they're going to win them. And then, like you said, they could go back and forth and have a hell of a feud with them.
Yeah, and what were you saying, Cdub? Get the Dudleys involved?
Yeah, get the Dudleys in there. Maybe get the Wyatts, Rowan and Harper in there.
Yeah, hell of a match.
I can't wait till they bring Gable and Jordan up, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, and they have a team name now.
Yeah.
What is it? American Alpha?
American
Alpha.
We are American Alpha, so.
Interesting.
The last matchup before the Rumble, we have Owens versus Ambrose, last man standing Intercontinental title match. If he goes Steen mode, I see Owens taking the title back.
Man, this is... They've built both of these guys up to be so dangerous in these types of matches.
And if
Ambrose is, unpredictable, crazy, and Owens just has that mean streak. As you said, going Steen mode, full on crazy Kevin Steen heel.
Right.
God, this one is so tough to call, but I'm going to have to say that Kevin Owens gets the victory here.
Either way, Y2J could have a great match with either of these guys.
We could see some kind of schmaz finish here. We could see a double knockout or interference or something.
Could Y2J get involved here?
I would think that if he was going to, this would be the time to do it.
It'd be perfect to screw Ambrose over.
And as we know, Jericho has been announced for the Rumble. I don't think, to my knowledge, Dean Ambrose has been confirmed as a participant. So I could see maybe Jericho screwing over Ambrose out of the title somehow, and then perhaps Ambrose pulling Jericho out of the Rumble.
Yes.
And there you go, instant feud.
Right on. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Jeff, what do you think? Owens or Ambrose?
So I'm thinking with Owens too.
Yep.
But Ambrose has had it for a little while now.
We're going to see all-out Steen mode. We're going to see Steen versus Moxley. That's what we're going to see.
That's going to be great. I think
It is. It's going to be one hell of a match regardless. I can't wait for that one, and I can't wait for the Rumble itself. Cdub, you want to do the rundown on the participants?
Most definitely. This is the most updated listings that I've found. Not all of these, to my knowledge, are listed on WWE.com, but at least the last time I checked, maybe they are now. But as of Tuesday night, these were people who had all been said to be in the Royal Rumble. Of course, we already know WWE Champion Roman Reigns will be entering at number 1. And the remaining 25 participants that I have heard announced, you got Brock Lesnar, Y2J, Chris Jericho, Sheamus, all 4 members of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman, Stardust, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, The Big Show, Curtis Axel, Mark Henry, Bo Dallas, Heath Slater, Adam Rose, Alberto Del Rio, Bad News King Barrett, whichever one he is this week, Rusev, Titus O'Neil, Neville, R-Truth, Connor and Victor of the Ascension, and Tyler Breeze. Now, that leaves 4 open spots in the Rumble, by my math. 26 participants, assuming that there is only 30 participants, and we don't see something screwy with maybe a 31st participant or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking Triple H.
There's been a lot of rumblings of that. Vince McMahon said it. Triple H is going to wait until the opportunity is just right to get his revenge. So here's your sign. I mean, it's going to happen, clearly.
Yeah.
It's really just a matter of how.
Yeah, and that comes to who is going to win the Royal Rumble. My pick, Triple H will enter the match and take the Rumble. Some way, somehow, he will enter and take it. That's my pick. What are you going with, C-Dub?
Man, I'm going to preface this with, this is probably, as I said earlier, the best build-up to a Rumble in many years. And a big part of that has been building up the Rumble match as having all these people who could possibly win it. I'm going to say Triple H wins the Royal Rumble. As a matter of how, I'm not sure. He could come out as number 30, surprise, number 31. He could possibly not even enter at all and just end up eliminating Roman Reigns with somebody else taking the title. But really, I'm going to go, Triple H. But I'll also say, as a secondary pick, if I had to pick somebody who is in the Royal Rumble already announced to win it, I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that'd be my second pick too, is Lesnar. But I definitely see him throwing the curveball with Triple H.
I think so.
Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, if Triple H doesn't, or I think he'll get it. But if he doesn't, man, it could go anywhere. But I'm going to pick Bray Wyatt.
Ooh, I like that pick.
Man, I never really thought about it, but that's a good pick.
I mean, Wyatt has 4 guys, 3 guys other than himself, to basically keep him from being eliminated in the Rumble.
And I think he's definitely elevated to the status where he could hold the belt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had big feuds with Taker. He's paid his dues.
To me, Bray Wyatt should already be a multi-time WWE champion.
Of some sort, you'd think.
Of some sort, but that's another conversation for another time.
Right. Bray Wyatt's a great pick, Jeff. Might stick with that. But I'm going to say Triple H, Lesnar on the other if Triple H don't enter. Same with you, C-Dub?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Can't really have 2 picks, but Triple H is not an official entrant, but I do see that curveball being thrown.
I do Perfect as well. Timing. As I said, I'm not sure if he's going to be an entrant or if he's just going to eliminate Roman, but I'm going with Triple H, and if Triple H is not an official entrant, then Brock Lesnar.
Now, who was the rumblings was Triple H supposed to take on at Mania? Who were they saying?
I had heard that it was going to be Triple H versus Roman Reigns.
Okay, so this would be perfect to start that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that right off the top of my head, but it was Triple H and Reigns. So yeah,
but I mean, another thing that I've heard to kind of piggyback on that is that WWE is looking to make Fastlane as big as the Royal Rumble. Leading into WrestleMania. Previously, it's kind of been I mean, they had the Elimination Chamber there for a while, No Way Out, but I feel like it's kind of slipped in previous years. Fastlane hasn't been all that great, but I think this year they're going to really pull out all the stops and make Fastlane a major build going into WrestleMania, so hopefully that's the case.
Well, they need to make it better than the slow lane last year. Oh, man, that was one of the worst pay-per-views of all time. I'd put it up there with one of the worst.
Oh, geez.
The only match they had that was halfway decent was the Rusev-Cena match, if I can remember.
Yeah.
We did some live commentary last year to that, I remember.
It was horrible.
Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, I'm really looking forward to the Rumble. I mean, I'm looking forward to it more than I have in the last probably 4 years, 5 years.
Oh, yeah. I've been going back and watching some old Royal Rumbles, too, on the network.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that as well.
Definitely.
But definitely oh, yeah, and another thing, hopefully, if everything works out, indie wrestler Craig Classic, I want to shout out. We may be doing an interview here with him on the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling show. I'm in contact with him right now. I think it'd be cool to mix it up and do a interview 1 week with him. So, yeah, check him out. Craig Classic. He's got some cool stuff on the YouTube there that I searched.
Check it out.
Shout out to him if he's listening to the show. And hopefully, yeah, we can get him on here for a little shoot interview on his career. 10-year vet, 2005. Well, 11 years.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, yeah, I'm going to say subscribe if this is your first time listening. Go over and like us on Facebook as well. Follow me on Twitter at TheFutureB4, B4All, TheFutureB4All on Twitter. Go over there and follow us on the shows and everything that's going on. And also leave a comment down below and a like if you like what you hear. Cdub, you want to give a shout out to Chronochord and let everybody know?
Yup, you can find us on the featured channels page here on the Brawl for All, chronochord.com, chronochord.com. Find us on Twitter, SoundCloud, as well as Facebook and Twitch, all under Chronochord.
Exactly. And yes, I always put the link in the description below for their YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for listening as always. And until episode 61, I'm going to say peace out as always. Hope the Rumble is great. And thanks a lot, Cdub. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for joining me as always. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Yep. It's been a pleasure with you guys.
Yeah, you too, Jeff. Thanks for getting on,
Number
bud.
60.
Number 60 down in the books.
All right.
Going for
Peace
70.
out.
Peace, guys.